Truly no. Silvani's gone straight to Carey. What a sensational matchup that is. Kudafidis has gone to McKernan, who started down in the forward line. And, of course, that leaves the rucking contest. Capuano against Allen.
Capuano against Allen. Allen grabbed it. It went through. Anthony Stevens has grabbed it and goes forward, a half forward. There's a very good mark first up to Welsh of the Kangaroos, and he gets it on, looking further afield. But, oh, the kick's no good. Matthew Allen put himself in well. Carey is there. Might have got it high. Allen's hand pass to a contest. Hand in the air from Anthony Stevens. Well, the umpire said, give it to me, thank you very much.
Just to keep you up to date with the benches, Durkay, Clayton, Rawlings and Kingsley for the Kangaroos. Lappin, Pearce, Hume and Whitehead.
Gee, there's some talent down there. Also Barry Mitchell, the head of the runners, as the umpire put it down. A bit of a skew-if bounce it was. McKernan knocked it on. Bell, he was taken high. The umpire had a good look at it, and he's pinged him. Prior opportunity. And off the half-back line was Kudafidis, and down onto the wing, this is Murphy. Murphy, his arms glistening in the afternoon light, gets it across Sexton. Got it on Ratner, Jewel, Best and Ferrers, centres to centre half forward, looking for Camporiali. He's trapped it. Welsh will come in, calling for it Durkay, but Welsh kicks it long to half forward.
He does. McKernan lurking out there, can't trap it. Kudafidis with him, dives on it. Did he knock it clear? They're appealing over him. The umpire this time decides a bounce is more appropriate. 70 out. What have you got for us so far, Mick?
And just a huge job for young Cameron Mooney. He's lined up at centre-half back for the Kangaroos. He's actually picking up Lance Whitnell. Whitnell's been out of forms over the last couple of weeks, but that's a significant matchup also.
So no score yet. The bounce, about 70 out from the Kangaroos goal, but taking it away is Kudafidis. A left footer out onto the wing. A real fight for it close to the boundary line. And
on the middle, boys.
Yeah, Fraser Brown and Anthony Stevens.
Here we go.
Two hard nuts at it.
Fraser Brown will be in everything, won't he?
Another matchup too, Mick. Shannon Grant on Camporelli. Two blazing good form.
So the ball on the outer wing position. This is Bell. And the boundary line is too close. Brown and the emergency umpire is having a little bit of a talk. And Brown just organising the after-match entertainment. Yeah.
And what's actually happening in that situation, Bradley's trying to go to Harvey. Stevens obviously been told by Pagan that he's got to play on Bradley, so you'll see a 2-on-2 situation, Rex.
Welsh got it forward, but Silvani, beautiful mark. He's had a haircut too. Beautifully done, right half forward, a bit of a mongrel finger breaker. It went down. North trying to get it going. King, tough as a nut, the boy from Port Melbourne. Camporiali, he cut in there. Hume joins in. This is tough and rugged. And as we go down to Robert Dippy at Domenico, look at the shine of that dew on the ground.
And Stevens and Brown again in midfield. Blood streaming from Stevens forward. Obviously something off the football has occurred. Stevens is leaving the ground at this current time. There's no doubt throughout as the game goes on tonight, there's no doubt between these two warriors, something may happen.
Yeah, both got blood on them. Obviously, Fraser Brown's got to change his jumper because the blood off Steve-O's face is on his jumper, Rexy.
Quite moist down there too, Robert.
Absolutely, like last night, Rex. The ball's going to spend a lot of time on the ground, and some of these players have still got mould of soles on them. I can't believe that.
Well, they're playing safe football. They're in rubbers. The umpire puts it down. This is McKernan. Kudafidis knocked it out. It went out. Oh, this is tough stuff. Bell got it on further. Welsh's hand pass found King. This is Bell again. He followed it up beautifully. Left half forward. Scholl from behind Manton. Carey, brilliantly played. Oh, good stuff, Blues. Silvani is good, and he finds Ratton.
He does, and Ratton off half-back can get the Blues pumping. A lead at centre-half full, but unable to take the mark. And there was young Backwell. Welsh handled it well. King. Abraham's got some space to run in. Allen will come at him, shepherding by Capuano. They lift it behind. Allen cleans up Rice. Manton, all under pressure. Manton got it through the traffic. Allen heaved it out. Beaumont can run off left half back. He kicks it out onto the wing. Big contest. Murphy strong in the air. Takes it and climbs to his feet. Has a look up. Doesn't see much, so he goes short. And there's Camporiali. Kicks it long inside, looking for Whitnell. Couldn't get there. Spoil came from behind from Mooney. Diving on top of it. Hickmott. It's held in. And a bounce to take place, 40 out. That was at least something a bit more promising, Mick.
Yeah, certainly a good build-up there by Carlton. Hickmott is actually playing forward of centre. He's actually going with Archer, trying to drag him out of that full-back position. But that was a good setup there by Carlton.
And Fraser back on for Carlton, and Anthony Stevens still off getting patched up.
Get the Derner out, 5 degrees, it's going down, it's 9 at the moment. McCartney, look for Ding Dong Bell, and Bell, beautifully done. And as Dennis would say, centimetre perfect. Out to the man Blakey. He's a veteran. He kicks a long ball to the wing position. Oh, Carey, a bit of class against Silvani. He's going to look and bomb it. Silvani did beautifully. The vet McKay gets it out further. This is Sexton on to Manton. The man they call the Bolt across his body. Beautifully done. And he finds the young boy in Brother Nelson.
Yes, Nelson at halfback, just to the attacking side of. Kicks to about 70. Whitnell, look at the leap. Fraser Brown, tough under there, as always. Hand pass, Beaumont. That was a bit of hit and hope stuff. Bell cleans up, feed Scott. Left footer onto the wing. Underneath it is Sexton, and he caught one, and that could have been worth a bit more than just the mark, Mick.
Yeah, just incidental contact, I believe. I don't think there was too much in that, actually, Hutto.
Stevenson back on, straight going.
Now it's 50. Welsh over the mark. Umpire said he didn't get back. And Whitnell gets a bit of a shove there from McCartney. They're all giving Whitnell some treatment. Whitnell probably giving it to them vocally, but Koutafidis, as you can see, hanging onto the ball.
There's no doubt there's a fair amount of feeling between these two teams. Throughout the 90s, they've been evenly matched. Carlton at this stage have really got to charge into the contest, knowing that North Melbourne are primarily good starters in a game of footy.
Not much for Sexton to do, but bomb. And he does bomb. Bombs away. And a goal.
And there's no doubt this is the type of scenario that suits Carlton. Their backs are to the wall. They need it tight. They need to play tough. But more importantly, they've got to be in control of the situation. That's when you've got to remain focused and you've got to be disciplined in your approach to the footy. At the moment, Carlton have certainly tried to rattle the Kangaroos by targeting a couple of their key players. They've done that in a positive effect at this stage. Now they just have to continue to play footy.
Bring it on, boys, bring it on.
So, Dipper, you've got to stay on the field. You can't go on there, you idiots. 1 goal to Carlton. Beautiful kick by Sexton. This is Brown. Brown. Stevens back on with a helmet-type bandage. Scholl fell over. Matthew Allen, a long hand pass. Sexton cleaned up. Play on. The umpire didn't say. He blew the whistle. And this is rough and tough stuff here at the MCG. And the crowd really lapping it up on a cool evening in Melbourne. And Stevens and Brown renewing acquaintances. No love lost there. But that's what this great game is all about. This is umpire Nash. He's going to go thump and does it beautifully. And going up Capuano, this was Ratton. Got a quick kick in was Campori Ali. Coming through there, Simpson of Kangaroos, inside 50, Carey, quick hands, but Silvani did it beautifully, went through Abraham, went further, tried to go through Bell. This is Abraham's, did it well. Rice overran the ball, kick forward by Nelson, but rebound stuff, King can't do it because the free kick.
This is getting heavy now, Rex.
Oh, it is getting heavy now. This might constitute a melee. There's about 30,000 up now, Dipper. Well, it's not what it's all about, Dipper. There's 40,000, 50,000.
It's like he's gone on too, Rex.
He's gone on.
So half forward, and this ball will go over the boundary line before Rice can get it. Gee, no questions asked or given here at the MCG, Mick.
And there's no doubt you can actually feel the tension up there. That's what courage is about. Rice went in with his head over the footy. Now that's late contact. That should have been a free kick. It was rewarded, but there is certainly a fair amount of feeling between these two clubs.
Bell's clearing kick only as far as Sexton, who'll look up. What's he got on offer? A lead from Murphy away to his left. Whitnell leads one way, then he doubles back towards the square. He props about 30 out. That's where the kick goes. He's going to have to be good. Couldn't take it. Allen laping Murphy. Came through. Allen again called into play. He missed Hickmott. That's good, tough work. Murphy a chance to snap it. Goal! Another one to the Blues. Hamill set that up. Murphy kicked the goal.
Yeah, magnificent start here by the Carlton team. Murphy, as we know, is a sensational finisher across his body. Still going on off the ball between Whitnell and David King. I didn't actually see what happened between those two players, but obviously there's a fair amount of animosity. But this is the ideal start from Carlton's point of view to kick the first 2 goals in this contest tonight.
Magnificent goal by Murphy. When the Blues have got away 2 goals, the Kangas yet to score. A lot of feeling, as Mighty Mick McGuana's said. He'll keep an eye on the action. Capuano went heavy. Allen, his hand pass. This is Brown. He finds Sexton, left wing, left half forward. Beaumont gave Blakey the slip. Over the top, Camporeale can't get back. King does a worm burner outside 50 and finds the chalk.
And Rex, one interesting player who's had an enormous influence in this early part of the first quarter is Michael Sexton. He's basically playing a sweeper's role tonight merely because Silvani's got Carey, Manton's gone to Shoal, Koutafidis has got McKernan. That extra floating tall is Sexton. He has to be more accountable from North Melbourne's point of view.
And the Blues attacking again. Ratton, Camporeale kept it in. Not sure if that was wise. Whistle blown, already out. And a throw in 40 metres around from goal. Did you give the Blues much of a chance tonight, Mick?
Yeah, actually, I thought North Melbourne would win their class and get them across the line. But the positive signs from Carlton's point of view were certainly there. When they attack a game with this ferocity, they win more often than they lose.
Well, tough work for Mooney in there. Now Ratton, as always, at the bottom of the pack. And Mark Nash calling for a bounce.
I think, Anthony, the term being used now is Mick, Carlton have come to play.
They certainly have, Rex. There's no doubt about that. Their body language before the first bounce was good. You could sort of sense some urgency in every player's make-up tonight, and they've justified with action.
Capuano got the knock. Brown taken about. This is Stevens. Brown again, wearing him like a second skin. Close to the boundary line and over. So Carlton, 2 straight goals. Kangaroos yet to go past centre half forward. And Anthony Stevens looking like a cross between the bloke out of Jack and Jill and the Elephant Man.
Throw in 40 out from goal. And Capuano not going like you did today. There's the mark by Sexton. And he takes the mark and can get the Blues going. He put it up. Whitnell just couldn't hang on to it. Backing back. There's a free kick. And it's going to Whitnell for over the shoulder. So Whitnell to take it. And look at the effort he puts into it. It's a thumping kick to a vacant square. Oh, Hamill in 2 minds. Behind. Carlton 2-1-13. Kangaroos yet to score. Mick McGuana.
Yeah, very positive signs from the Carlton team. Whitnell, good awareness. Looks like there might be a free kick relayed further afield to the North Melbourne team. I didn't see the indiscretion that took place, but the ball will come to the centre square, the defensive part of that centre square from Kangaroos' point of view.
Adam Simpson, long ball looking for Carey. Silvani, beautiful knock. This player is Harvey, Brett Harvey, E.J. Whitten medalist. Carlton too good in defence. And Nelson taken high. Advantage played Allen. Advantage also to Rice. Special fried rice, a little worm burner down in front of Dipper. And the ball goes safely over the boundary line.
So 2-1-13, the Blues delighted with this start. And Silvani's job on Carey so far terrific, Mick.
Yeah, certainly. Exciting matchup that'll be, and the winner of that particular contest will determine the winner of this game.
Capuano didn't get to that throw in. Good work, Ratton, McKay, Rice. All hurried handballs. Ratton just chipping. Wasn't a good one. And Byron Pickett across half back to relief for the Kangaroos. So he runs around now. Sends it again in the direction of centre half forward Shoal. Pops up Manton there right with him. Rice caught as soon as he got rid of it. Too high. And Dean Rice to relieve for the Blues.
Shane Clayton on for the Kangaroos, and Abraham off voice.
Bradley, I would think for the first time we've called him. Long ball, Beaumont's the flyer. From behind Hume. This is Murphy. This is Whitnell. This long ball nearly finds his team player in Hickmott. Carlton through Hamill, get it back. And Whitnell. I tell you what, he might be big, Mick, but very, very mobile for such a young man.
Yeah, and a very smart player also, Rex. Very good teamwork there by Aaron Hamill. He could have easily blazed across his right side with his left foot and centred the square in front of the goal face, but decided to use a fair amount of composure and poise. Found Whitnell, who could probably kick this goal.
Look at that. It's failed to gain its trajectory. King concedes the football behind the stick. And the umpire said there's a free kick. And it's going to go to the bow and arrow in Archer, playing his 150th. So as usual, the Kangaroos have got a challenge. Carlton 13, the Kangas yet to trouble the scorer. A long ball outside 50, McCartney Welsh. This is the veterinary surgeon in McKay to half forward. Good mark, Camporeale. Oh, very, very good mark. And he might be perhaps too far out to score, but a very, very good mark. And with the aid of one glove, we don't know whether he lost one or he found one, but with the aid of one glove, he's got the air conveyance. And, well, he's better than I. He reckons he can kick it, so let's see how we go. Camporeale got under it a little bit, hit it fat in golfing terms. Whitnell is the flyer, Hume is there. The bow and arrow Archer released for the Kangaroos.
Out to half-back, knocked away Sexton, got it away from Rawlings, floats it on, not a good handball. Scholl up to half-forward, here's the battle again. Silvani, fresh from Lockett last week, taking on Carey now. Carey fights on and must be rewarded, and is.
Magnificent chase and tackle from the skipper. Inspirational stuff.
So Carey wastes no time. Silvani fought back and smothered and follows on. He looks like he's exhausted already, is Sauce, but he's winning the battles. I don't know about the war, but he's won more battles than he's lost so far.
Well, it's interesting to watch this duel as the game unfolds. Here's a smother. Magnificent work off the ball by Silvani. Watching Carey the last 3 or 4 weeks, he's just not moving around of a lot. Silvani hasn't played a lot across half-back to this year. Carey really has to work him in terms of running around the ground across half-forward.
This is Cooter, but he's kicked it out on the full. Oh, Whitnell goes in. Cooter's not happy. Yelling instructions. He wanted them to lead. Byron Pickett. He ended up in the fence. The free kick.
Steve and Fraser still at each other.
Is going to come back to Jason Mooney's brother. So Mooney kicks it inboard, all over the head of Pickett, but he did it well and marked it. Centre of the ground, this is McCartney. Oh, good pressure, Beaumont. McCartney caught with his strides down. Here's a turnover for the Blues. Oh, Hume, he controls it now. Left half, Backwell, Backwell gets it down to Murphy. Murphy, a long ball inside. Hickmott is a flyer, but they're going to come out now as Harvey gets it across further, and the Kangaroos away through Clayton.
Yes, Clayton, a scrubber of a kick, picked up by Harvey, feeds it back. Now they can go through Clayton. A little low kick is not good. Their disposal, Mick, is pretty ordinary at the moment, the Kangaroos.
Yeah, it's just the defensive pressure from Carlton. They are working extremely hard off the ball. And this player certainly set them up.
Yeah, 4, 3 and 3 so far his stats. Bradley, the skipper, in the half-long sleeves, has taken the free kick. And he's, I would think, too far out the score from there.
You'll find, boys, where Brett Harvey goes tonight, Bradley will follow him. He was in the goal square for about 10 minutes, and now he's found himself on the ball.
So Bradley, he looks down. Whitnell standing about 10 metres out from goal. Another target is Hickmott, who leads out. Doubling back is Hamill. And he goes, I think, in the Whitnell direction. Yes! Oh, well weighted, that kick, Mick.
Absolutely hit the nail on the head, Hutto. That is just a class kick from a class performer. The oldest player on the ground in terms of experience and age. Here's one supreme kick of the football as Craig Bradley.
That is just a great kick. Just a great kick. And Whitnell needs to capitalise on that. He needs to really make it tough for the Kangaroos. I reckon he's done it. It's another one. So what a start, Mick. 3-1-19 to nothing.
Absolutely, Hutto. Leading into the start of this game, one would never think the dominance of Carlton at this stage over the Kangaroos would actually eventuate this way. Kangaroos have only had 37 possessions, whereas Carlton have had 64 at this stage. Inside 50, it's been 3 to the Kangaroos, 11 to Carlton. They certainly have dominated this first term.
So Carlton with a flyer, go to 3-1. Kangaroos yet to score. Here they come again, Nelson. The brother kicks it inside 50. Whitnell and Hickmott giving them 2 big targets down there. This is Hamill, right on the hammer of Shannon Grant. On the boundary line is the winner. So inside 6 minutes left in the first term, and Carlton 19 points and the Kangaroos yet to score. Sexton, Murphy and Whitnell have put the majors on the board for Carlton, and Kangaroos can't get past a half forward. Silvani doing a good job on Carey. Stevens is there. He might have got a free kick, except that Shannon Grant got a free possession. Hand passed it across to Bell. A long ball down to McKernan. But what a great mark to Beaumont. Gee, they're an improved side, Carlton, since last week. Sexton, as Mick said, is the man setting it all alight. The boy from the Wimmera. This is the vet, McKay, looking inboard. Oh, go back, McCartney. Stevens will clean up. Kangaroos will get the football through the bow and arrow archer, and a bit of a relief for them, young man.
It is, Mick. I wonder how you assess the loss of Pike and Martin so far, as that one goes up towards Shoal. Manton takes it along with Ratton, and they get it over the line.
I think it's been proven, Hutto, throughout the course of the 90s, most successful clubs have got a stable defence. Kangaroos have very rarely been unsettled in that area of the ground, having Pike, Archer, McCartney, Martin, 4 talls. Tonight they're without 2 of them. All of a sudden their defence looks a little bit softer in the approach at the footy.
Ratton, Brown, the Blues, inside 50. King, he marked it, took on back. Well, I reckon he almost stepped out of bounds. The umpire disagrees. Now Cooter with a bit of space to run in, about 60 from goal. This would be inspirational if it made it through. But Shannon Grant doing the hard yards. Gets back to take it. Gets it out to Byron Pickett. And the Roos building on the outer side. McKernan now falls into the mark. Carlton by 19.
Oh, Adam Simpson. Oh, he nearly was off. Now, he has a look and kicks it long to a contest. From behind Rice, can't take the mark. Running onto the ball is Rawlings. Kangaroos going forward, in trouble. This man will do something. This man will do something, but it went behind the stick. And for the first time, just prior to quarter time, the Kangaroos on the board with a point, mighty Mick.
And the important thing about Kent Kingsley coming onto the ground, Rex, good move by Dennis Pagan. He's actually drawn Michael Sexton back to the defensive part of the ground. He's had 9 possessions across centre wing, but Kingsley coming onto the ground had to drag him away from the area he was winning a lot of the ball from.
Allen the target from the kick out. And he loops it out onto the wing. Running down to try and pick it up, Manton. He's got someone in support. It's McKay, who steams past, accepts the handball. There's Backwell. His handball is lightning. Murphy on the build-up. It's a vacant goal square. Has it got the legs? I reckon it has. Another one to the Blues. Another one to Murphy.
Magnificent inside running by David McKay. Players more often than not across half-back decide to run wide because that's where the space is. But here's McKay running inside to receive. That's what good percentage footy's all about. Backwell very quick to relay the ball, and that is a 60-metre kick towards the goal square. He realised it was vacant. Dewy grass, the ball was skid. Very good shot on goal by Murphy.
Well, Jack Little would say, wow, how about that? And in the conditions, a very, very impressive 24-point lead. Kangaroos forward. This is Durkay, a long ball. Flying high there was Brent Harvey. Harvey tries to get it on, but Rice combining with the veterinary surgeon. McKay, he'll get it inboard to Bradley. Bradley does it very nicely. Sexton's been the man. A long ball centre wing, but North will hold them up. And this is Welsh inboard. Over the head of Simpson, running onto it, Carey gives it back to Simpson. Simpson a long ball, but beautiful mark there by Abraham. And with a bit of luck, he should score the Kangaroos' first major.
Yeah, you mentioned in the pre-game comments, Hutto, he's kicked 23 goals for the year. There's not many more important shots on goal than this one. The Kangaroos certainly have to get on the scoreboard just to narrow that gap. As Rex mentioned, slippery conditions, 4-goal lead is a very good start in any terms, but in conditions where it's a little bit slipperier, the ball will get, as the night goes on, every goal's worth their weight in gold.
An understatement, they need one, and he has missed it to the right, and it touched the stick. So Kangaroos lamenting on 2 points, Carlton 23 points up. And by jingo, who'd have thought this, young man?
Yeah, it's a terrific start, obviously, as the kick-in is marked by Beaumont, and hasn't he been good so far for the Blues? He's had 6 possessions. There's Welsh leaping but not able to complete the mark. Cambriale with a bit of pace, looks up, it's a one-on-one contest. Whitnell, it's no contest, gets to his feet, feeds it out to Brown. The disposal wasn't great. Brown around the corner. Hamill, can he knock it out to Hickmott? No, he can't pick it. An iron-like grip there, and the ball will be bounced. Only a couple of minutes left in this quarter for Carlton to try and kick another goal. Well, for the Kangaroos to get on the board in a significant fashion. 30 metres out. Archer a little easy for him then, down to McCartney. They're out of trouble, only as far as Murphy, who grabbed it well, and you could see there the pained look on his face. He grabbed it, thought he was a chance to escape with the ball, but not so. So still they're in attack, the Blues, after a fantastic first quarter. Murphy's kick 2, Whitnell 1. Over Allen's head at the back, Brown. Back to Hamill, smother, Pickett, that's great work. Brown has to go really hard now. Another one! How's that for inspiration of the Kangaroos that need something? But Brown tries again, this time he gets a clean kick. Into Whitnell, oh yes! A juggler. Archer right on him. And Lance Whitnell looks good early. That's a scrubber of a kick. Right out in front of goal. McCartney, Hickmott lost the ball. Was he tackled without it? Nelson, McKay, another one of the Blues. Allen, yes! Beaumont it was. Simon Beaumont off the left boot. And they have got 5, Mick.
Magnificent start here by the Blues. Sharing the ball so well together. Have a look at this build-up. It was just the work rate of Hickmott. Really pushed to that bad kick of Whitnell. Good work. He kept his feet in the tackle. Here's one handball further afield by McKay to the left-footed play of Beaumont, who kicked truly.
So Simon Beaumont puts another one on the ball for Carlton, on the board for Carlton, when they're 29 points in front at the nearly quarter time. The Kangas forward. Carey and Silvani been at it all night. Running onto the ball. This player will be Kingsley. Can he get it? Oh, Abrahams has got there first. Yagi-doo. Well, I suppose it had to come sooner or later, but by jingo they did it in the hard way, Mick.
Yeah, they certainly did, Rex. Ken Kingsley, very promising young player. Just gave the ball into the path of Abrahams, who worked hard across half forward. He started on the other side of the ground, but he ran hard to the front of the goal square. That's where you usually see the Kangaroos try to get the ball back to. Good smart kick on the outside of his foot to kick accurately for goal, a much needed one.
So just on quarter time, still 40 seconds. Can the Roos get another one? No, it's the Blues that are forward. A bouncing ball, King. The percentages he played them, but Ratton sends it back from where it came. Not much doing there, and the Roos able to clear it out to the boundary line, and it'll be tough to get a score from there. Carlton probably have one more chance to score, but overall, Mick, they'd be well satisfied with their first quarter, although disappointed the Kangaroos got one right on the siren.
Yeah, you'd have to be satisfied with this effort. The work rate and intensity at the footy is what David Parker's philosophy of the game is all about. They have certainly done that to the letter in this first term.
So, see they can create something. Scholl came over the top. Stevens, desperate. Cooter out to Matt. Got about 10 seconds, so needs to do something. Has to go long. Beaumont up towards 50. Going to be tough for Whitnell. Had 3 to beat and couldn't. And so McKernan takes the saving mark. And the siren sounds for quarter time. And a brilliant quarter by the Blues, led by Michael Sexton up the ground in front of goal. Justin Murphy, who kicked 2 goals. A terrific with
the pansy. That's not the man I do. Fire up. That's me. That
you ready to go, Rex?
That's
come on,
mate. 4.99.
Take me on.
You idiot. Down the centre. This is Brown. Fresh air shot. Ratton. Dual best and fairest right half forward. Backwell. Oh, is he a little goer? He'll kick a long ball. Who's he got in his sights? Oh, Murphy. Murphy hasn't had a haircut. He's had a fire break. And Murphy can line it up for his 3rd goal. He's a goer, Mick. You want him in your side, don't you?
You certainly, when he's playing good footy, it's a delight to watch. They've actually started him in the goal square because Stevens has gone off Brown. He is actually playing on Murphy. Good coaching, getting a good midfielder out of this part of the ground. Murphy has played forward in previous years. That is perfect coaching from Parkin.
Well, I'd love to have a haircut like that, saying not too much off the top, thanks, mate. I tell you what, he's gone just to the left of the stick, and there is a bee's diaphragm in that. The umpire was right on the spot. It's back to 4 goals of difference.
Keep you up to date with the benches. Kangaroos, Scott, Capiano, Mooney and Rawlings. And for the Blues, Lappin, Pearce, Hume and Whitehead.
I just wonder whether or not Dennis Pagan should take the punt now, get Stevens back into midfield, and maybe Blakey could do the role of negating Murphy's influence.
So King's kick out. Welsh up onto the wing, Scholl competitive and goes again. Just breaks clear. Oh, tough down there for Durkay. Beaumont the spoiler. Durkay, lightning hands. Shannon Grant. Kingsley, can he steady? He should. He's got nothing in front of him. And goes in and drills it.
That's why Shannon Grant's a very important player. He sometimes let the ball run for him merely because his foot and his hand skills are so good, and that was magnificent vision. Could have just drove the ball forward with his feet, but he adopted to be very creative. Here's the contest with Ratton. Just probably hit his head across the hip area of Scholl. He would certainly be a little bit dazed, but Kingsley was terrific.
So, Kangaroos get another one. McKernan, Allen knocked it down. Brent Harvey out of the centre. This is Grant. They're inside again. Pressure on Silvani and his mob down there. Kingsley, can he get another one? He can get another one. Oh, beautiful defence by Silvani. And the air conveyance hit the stick. So Carlton 32 to Kangaroos 15. And Kangaroos looking a little bit better, Mighty Mick.
You can certainly sense that they are playing with the intensity Carlton did in the first 5 minutes of the previous quarter.
And that's a little sloppy from the Blues, out of defence. So what about the structure of both teams going into this second quarter, Mick?
Yeah, both teams look to be relatively balanced. I think Carlton have probably been a little bit more proactive in their starting points. North Melbourne trying to get that right balance still, where to play their good players. Stevens, Bell haven't had a great deal of influence in this early stage. Simpson's been pretty good in the role. He's been asked to play, but generally speaking, Carlton have been the initiators at this stage.
Well, hard there for either side to get a clean possession. And at the moment, Carlton, just a brilliant start in the first quarter, but the Kangaroos been able to answer in this term.
And Welsh has gone back to fullback, picking up Murphy. Stevens is now back in midfield.
Simpson, he's so quick at getting it onto the boot, but Silvani has been playing in front of Carey, and he again, too good, that time takes the mark. And a transfer play. Now, he hasn't got all that much on offer. That was quite clever. Duck back inside, and he finds Hamill. So Hamill off half. Oh, he's gone. He's gone, and should have been penalised. That's very ordinary. Now Brown, he might be. No. Kangaroos every right to be upset there, Mick.
Yep, 2 free kicks, should have been rewarded. You've got to reward the tackler and be consistent with your efforts in giving the right decision.
Look at this. He's off, he's had his chance, and he didn't dispose of the ball.
That's called prior opportunity, and here's the second one. Oh, we're not going to see it.
So, Cooter got it down. This is Brent Harvey. What a real goer. A success story, Ratton. Dual best and fairest for the Blue Baggers. Oh, they muck it up. McKernan went over the top, kick it. This is Whitnell. An outboard hand pass. Hickmott. Whitnell again, a worm burner through the gate. Matty Allen tried to tap it on. The umpire said Welsh will be okay in getting it across to Pickett. And there must be a head-high tackle there. Yeah, the umpire said, no doubt about it. Head-high tackle, or a little bit lower on the shoulder. You can't do that. It must be penalised.
Gee, looking at it again on the replay, didn't seem to be that much in it.
And a 50-metre penalty.
And Adrian Hickmott obviously expressing the opinion that he didn't think there was much in it either. Let's have a look at it again. Well,
You, Anthony, nothing in that one.
yeah. So Pickett now kicks it inside 50. Oh, it came off the head of Beaumont, but it was a good header. Got it away. Hickmott, high one underneath it. There he is again. He moved quickly, didn't he? Welsh down to Stevens, back to Welsh, trying to find some space. He's got some now. Sends it inside 50. Carey in good position this time. And that was a great catch.
That is class. Unbelievable balance in the air. Silvani looked to be in the right spot to actually nudge his opponent out of the contest, but he just hovers in mid-air. Magnificent judgment and magnificent stretch to take a classic mark.
That's why I called it a catch rather than a mark. It almost was, wasn't it? I mean, he really
no doubt about
stretched
that,
out at that last moment.
That is a chance for Cadbury's mark of the day.
Absolutely. A big contender as Carey's kick drifts away to the left. There's just something not quite right about the Kangaroos at the moment.
And there's something not quite right with Wayne Carey. His kicking action over the last 3 or 4 weeks just has deteriorated. There has been talk that there's a groin problem, and he's just not getting through the line of the ball as he'd like.
This is Rice. He'll find Nelson. And Nelson at half-back. Just looking. And a long ball to a contest centre wing, Camberreale. McCartney was the puncher from behind. Backwell. A little toe poke. The umpire will ball this up. No chance of any result there, and it's on. Hamill's in it. Why am I not surprised? And Brown's there as well. Jingo. So the Carlton bench there, Robert. Pearce is there. And Matty Lappin. So some good stars on the Carlton bench yet to come on, as Matty Allen will go up against McKernan.
And McKernan got the tap. The Blues, though, Bradley now, a real chance into it. An open forward line. There's more Kangaroos there than Blues. Stevens getting back and kicked, and that's a really good mark by Peter Bell, stretching up. So Bell to get the Roos moving. Out onto the wing to a big contest of players. Double fist of Manton was good. Welsh pushing at it. Ratton, great balance. Allen set McKay up. Has to go again. Nelson did well to get clear. Again, it's all Kangaroos down there. And Anthony Stevens falling into the mark. And he wheels onto his left and sends it back out to that wing position, and Craig Scholl. That's a good mark. And he's quickly up and about as well. Pumps the handball. The loose man. Simpson. Long kick. Inside 50. Shannon Grant stays down. Camberreale cleaning up. Uses Silvani. And the Blues are going to bring it Members' side. And he'll have to sit out here for Sexton. And you can gather he's got Bradley inboard if he wants him. He goes longer. Up to half forward. Cooter pushing forward. Knocks it away from Blakey. And then gets it again. Got crunched by Archer. And you wouldn't wish that on anyone. Good tough stuff. And a ball up the result.
Carlton making a change, Hutto, as we speak. Hickmon's coming off the ground for another medium-sized goal kicker in Lappin.
So Cooter, by Jingo, he'd know he was there. Little Matty Lappin. He still looks young, and he's about 25. I tell you what, Mick, when he first played for St Kilda, I thought someone had been left on the ground at half-time from the Little League when he first came on. Have a look at him. I think he's left his teddy bear on the bench. But I tell you what, Carlton have taken all before them tonight. The Kangaroos trying to work their way back in. Matty Allen has done it well. This is Winston Abraham. Great tackle on him by Hamill. Shannon Grant. Now this is Pickett. Oh, he was a result of crunch. Coming out Welsh. Too good. Nelson gets it to Brown. BROWN inside, but King. Rocket Gibraltar, the boy from the Docklands at Port Melbourne. And King, the Lion King, passes it off to little boy Bell.
Bell's left footer out into the logo, overrunning at Carey. All Blues there. McKay to mop up and accelerates away pretty nicely. His kick not great. The Roos are pushing a fair few back, Mick, but McKay, little fumble from King, let him in. Backwell, got to go again. Does. Left footer, run down Pickett. Got to go again, Backwell. Here he is, away from Lappin. Shannon Grant, just cool and calm. His kick, well, knocked away by Sexton, knocked away by Manton. Out to Silvani. Lappin had to be good in the air then. Clayton spoiled. And over she goes. The Blues by 16.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to push players behind the ball, Haldo, as you called. They are certainly trying to work extremely hard and create some run for their defensive part of the ground. At the moment, they're very static in their approach once they win the ball.
Matty Allen from behind. Oh, circus trick. Cooter in trouble. Off the ground, McKernan. Knocked on Abraham Brown. McKernan again. Went out, Matty Allen. Grabbed beautifully. Hand in the air, Brown. It's tough, rugged. Off the carpet was Bradley. This is the bolt in Manton. He'll really show them the way and kick it long to wing Cooter. Nearly a mark. Nearly a Cadbury mark. Campori Ali. Blakey goes for the boundary. Within another metre. It may have been deliberate, but the umpire said to his mate, chuck it in, Sylvester.
What do you think, Mick?
Yeah, no, I think you have to give the player the benefit of the doubt on that occasion.
Yeah, there was no doubt, Mick. It was like the last at Flemington.
Grattan back to Brown. Whitnell, oh, he fell into the mark again. He's taken 4 marks for the night, 7 kicks. Murphy's been good in the air. Archer on him now. Got some support. Back there's going to be 2. Oh, King, was that a high tackle? Was that a high tackle? Yes. Byron Pickett. Backwell it will be. Mark Nash ordering around out there, Mick.
I read his lips. He said, get away or I'll take it off him. And Camberelli said, I'm going.
He was almost half tripped by King and then cleaned up by Pickett. Had to be a free. So young Rhett Backwell from the forward pocket. Afraid not. Misses to the right.
Just tried to steer it through, didn't he, Hutto?
Yep.
What an occasion for these young men. Great character building, just like your side today, Mick.
Yeah, magnificent. Good experience for Backwell. Big game. Crowd certainly up, full of voice. And the tension of the game and the physical states is certainly one of the highest I've seen for the year.
What do you mean, Rex, his side? This is one of his sides as well. How many games you played for Carlton, Mick?
3.
Oh, that's fair enough. He's a Collingwood man. Look at him. His underpants are black and white. The umpire sees the ball go down to Carey. Look at him. Isn't he a superstar? Long ball past 70 metres. It went down looking Blakey. But this is Beaumont. Oh, Rice is out cold.
He hasn't
The
moved,
umpire
Rex.
might actually stop this. But play goes on. Carey ran through Cooter. Did it well. Support Anthony Stevens. Here comes Welsh. A little toe poke over the top. Adam Simpson, hand pass inboard. Carey. Look at him go. Carey. Carey. I was just about to launch into a Bruceism. It would have been special, that one, but look, special Fried Rice. He is not well.
And the stretch has been called. This is the collision.
Yeah.
Just the strength of Carey. Got the head contact of Rice. There's the stretcher coming out. The umpires will certainly stop play. And Rice has done a fairly good job. He's been directly opposed to Winston Abrahams. Abrahams only had 3 possessions, had 1 goal, 1 kicked in the first quarter. But that is sad to see when a player just plays a footy like that. Accidental. There's no malice at all in it.
Oh, Carey's got his eyes on the ball, and it's just one of those things.
One of those things, exactly right.
And the barbaric thing about it, the crowd love it.
Exactly.
They really do.
Have a look again. Now, he's... Yeah.
Didn't help when he hit the ground either.
Well, what a shame. Dean Rice, by gee, he came back from the proverbial like that bloke from Jerusalem. When he crossed from St Kilda, St Kilda gave him the flick because his knee just, they reckon, couldn't stand up to it. And he's been a marvellous player out there with Park, and he really has.
Seem to be putting some sort of neck support around him, Mick, I guess, just to get him on properly, but let's hope there's no damage other than, say, concussion or something like that.
Yeah, let's hope he is right. He's a terrific competitor, Dean Rice, to come back from his halcyon days at St Kilda, face adversity with his knee, but fight back the way he has. Terrific bloke as well. Let's hope he's okay.
Oh, we certainly do. Hey, but full marks to these medical people too, and the trainers. You'll see here that he needs a lot of assistance from the trainers and the medicos. And that is just in the game. That is just one of those things. And thankfully, the days of 20 years ago when they used to pick him up and say, come on, you weakie, get up, and that sort of thing. They take every available precaution, Mick, and that's why we've got such a great recovery rate in our great Australian game.
Yeah, there's no doubting that. The doctors and the medical staff would be working feverishly, making sure everything's in place, putting Dean Rice on that stretcher. They've got a sensational medical staff down at Carlton. Let's just hope he's okay.
Yeah, we did see him move a little bit, but not much.
The Kangaroos have taken this opportunity to make a couple of changes off the bench. Durkee and Harvey off the ground. And Capuano on.
Dipper, you haven't had a sherry or two, have you? It's just not the man that I came here to see blow up grand finals. You actually been a bit sedated, have you, Dipper?
It's just a little cold down here, Rex.
I knew it. We're okay. Anthony, can you just open that window? It's a bit stuffy in here.
I know where you can get some good cheap underwear from, Dipper, but I won't go on with that.
How much is the underwear, Dippy?
This week at $1.99.
You beauty. Well, what else are we going to talk about, Wayne? Like, Wayne saying we're too loud. Mate, we're taking 21 minutes to make sure Dino's right. And let's hope he is right. And I don't know, we might put the fishing show on.
Dipper, what do you reckon the crowd is?
Tonight, I reckon
he can't count to 10.
I reckon about 45, 48,000.
Yeah, you reckon?
I reckon, Rex.
Fair enough.
Right, we've talked about the crowd.
I'm not something to do with that before here.
I might get you to do my banking.
Dipper, just down at ground level, what's it like, the intensity from all players?
It's just sensational. When the ball's near my area, you can hear both sides. Just use their voices there. They're switched on. Obviously, the Blues, Mick, have just got to win this game to stay in touch with, consider what's happened today in the other games.
Well, I don't know. It's like half-time, quarter-time. Sometimes a momentum like this can stir a side on. Gee, the huddle is there. Look at Brown and Stevens. Oh, Stevens, like Jack and Jill, fell down and broke his crown. Have a look at him. A long ball, centre half back. The Blues trying to get it out. This is Cooter. Kicked off the ground, Ratton. Going in there, Clayton. And the umpire said, well, you better give it to me and I'm going to put it down. Young Clayton, one of the young guns of the Kangaroos.
McKernan now gone to full forward and Cooter Fetty's found themselves a full back on him.
Okay. Umpire Scroop puts it down. That's a good bounce. Allen can't get a fingernail to it. This is Beaumont. He did it well, but a wild hand pass to a contest, and Clayton got it off to Blakey. Long ball looking for Carey, but dropping in and doing it beautifully is the young boy in Kingsley. We saw him kick 5 in his first game, Anthony, doing the radio.
Yep.
He's been pretty impressive, Mick, when you called him on the ground.
Yeah, certainly. He just gives them an extra option up forward. No doubt McKernan's gone forward to offer a bit of extra height in that part of the ground, but Kingsley's very mobile, plays like a sort of half-forward flanker that can actually play in the goal square as well.
And there's no doubt, when the stars like Carey and McKernan are covered, this allows these young men to take their opportunity, and he hasn't done it. He's kicked it to the right over the boundary line. The umpire does the wide signal that Dickie Bird used to do. Carlton will take the resultant free possession. And this man, Bradley, 35 years of age, a marvellous, genuine star.
And with Harvey coming off the ground, Scott replaced him. He directly went to Bradley, basically playing a negative role across halfback.
8 possessions, now 9 for Bradley. Knocked away Hickmont. Lappin runs onto it. Simpson fighting for it. Fraser Brown. And another bounce.
They're at it again.
Fraser Brown tonight. 6 kicks, 4 handballs.
Have a look at that. You want to keep the flies off your barbecue, just get Fraser along.
Anthony Stevens.
He's an angry young man, isn't he?
Stevens 5 and 4. Allen and Capuano. Capuano might have got hands onto that. Scott off the ground, into the middle. Shannon Grant in the cricket pitch area. Just runs around to try and get on some nice clean grass. Firm ground, long kick. Look at Carey, look at Capuano. All pushing Carey, just trying to barge through. Well done, Matty Allen to tackle. Cooter took them on. Sauce goes for the boundary line, and he finds Nelson in the back pocket. And can the Blues set something out along their half-back line?
And Nelson's become a very important player. He just stiffens them up in midfield, works extremely hard, and he's usually got the run-with job on the best opposition player.
Murphy to Ratton to Whitnell, a long way up the ground. He's trying to marshal the troops. He's got Campriali in short, that's where he goes, and he marks it. Stevens was a little late too, I thought. I thought it was a little late. Nothing sinister, but late. The kick from Campriali floating down. Manton showed courage. He's got it too. Manton, and he's gone. Just got a handball away, but just couldn't get it cleanly. Blakey back to the middle. Allen a fumble that could be costly, will be costly. No, look at the marble, Bradley. Some shepherding allows him some space. A long kick to centre half forward, one-on-one. And that is where Glenn Archer wins out.
Playing 150, the bow and arrow. Sees Capuano on his own right half-back flank member's side. And Matthew Capuano will put a long ball to a contest. And Matty Lappin, beautiful mark in front of Blakey. Gee, I tell you what, he's as fine as a Ferry's flute, but he does well to McKay. A long, long ball. Hamill can't get it, but Stevens did. Anthony into the centre of the ground. Beaumont drops an easy one. It might have been greasy. This is Abraham's. Got support from King. Rockabye, baby. King inside 50. But I think the boundary line might beat them all. It does. He went a long ball, but no one at home for the Kangas. Carlton in control, 33-17. As we're inside the 7-minute mark towards half-time. McKernan and Cooter will do battle for the boundary throw-in.
And they do that now. Over the top, Carey almost accidentally back-heeled it. Silvani saw it safely over again. Last 6.5 minutes of the quarter, Mick. What do you think might happen? The Blues obviously up by 16 at the moment.
Yeah, they've just got to continue playing the style of play they're actually gone into this game with. They've attacking the footy. That's the most important thing. And they are certainly doing that to the letter.
It comes out towards McKay, close to the boundary line. And Camporelli takes it over again. And so a throw in. Still just 10 or 15 metres around. Have they scored a goal in this quarter? I don't think they have.
Yes, they kicked the
first
Carlton,
goal, did they? Yeah,
Kangaroos. No, Carlton haven't kicked a goal.
Yep, they haven't. So there's Scott fighting for it, trying to keep it in. Carey gets a quick opportunity. Does he make the most of it? No. Pushed it across the face.
Just caught up with the doctors. Dean Rice has come to in the rooms, boys, and he's okay. The neck brace was only there for precaution, and we'll just expect him to come back on the ground on the boundary over the next 5 or 10 minutes. I'll keep you up to date.
Thank you very much to you, Robert. Robert Di Pierdomenico, the Hawthorn Premiership star, on the boundary tonight. He said it's cold. Can't understand that. Silvani outside 50, Beaumont. Matty Allen, he'll do it. Oh, good interception, Winnie Abraham. Capuano back. Abraham was good control of the air conveyance. And Lord Nelson took it over the boundary line. So Carlton in control by 15 points. It's developed into a bit of a scramble, Mick.
Yeah, and their last goal was at the 26-minute mark of the first quarter, Carlton. So they could go with this second term without scoring, which will certainly give a fair amount of optimism to the Kangaroos group.
Mighty Mick McGuan on Channel 7 football. Lord Nelson overran the ball. Matthew Lappin is there. I'll jump on him. And Matty says, fair go, I'm only a kid. There you are. So Matty Lappin spent a lot of time on the bench, but he loves a real scrap, the boy from the bush. Umpire Scroop. This is Matthew Allen. Got it down, Matty Lappin, a scrubby old worm burner, finds interchange. And Clayton goes back to play his part in this game.
Speaking of interchange, Dipper, the Blues have barely used their bench tonight.
I was away from the microphone. Yeah, spot on. They made about 4 changes compared to Kangaroos, about 15.
Allen the tap. Stevens a high one to half forward. Bradley couldn't take it. McKay now, can he get it going for the Blues? Bit of space, Sexton squeezes a throw. Gee, it's a pity for the Blues because they were just starting to get something running through the middle. So a throw called. Kingsley to take it. He looks down, there's a bit of space in front of the forwards. And, oh, McKernan just couldn't quite get there. Murphy. Now Cooter off his left. He looked like he had something in mind. Capuano spoiled Allen. And there's Pickett. Just dropping back off the play as he often does. Takes the mark, gives it to the run of King. Long kick inside 50. McKernan wants it. He leapt high. Abraham missed it. Bell didn't. Bell did it. Neither did Abraham. Goal. Another one of the Roos. And that's the second of the quarter for them.
Yeah, no doubt there's nothing between these two teams now. 9 scoring shots to 8. A 9-point advantage to the Carlton team. Winston Abrahams, he was a player on the burst. Nearly got the crumb in front of that contest. Bell was there also. That's what the Kangaroos' game plan revolves around front and square to a contest, weighted numbers at the fall of the feet of the blokes going for the mark. They had 2 players there, hence the goal resulted.
Abraham gets his second for the Kangaroos.
Capuano off the ground, injured thigh.
And the Kangaroos are now within 9 points. They go forward again. The target was Carey. This is Welsh. Overrunning the ball there, Mooney. The veterinary surgeon, McKay, over the top. Cooter got good control to Beaumont. And Blues out of problems at the moment, but beautiful mark. Oh, Pickett. He's a real character. I like the way he plays. And I'm sure the people in Darwin will be really watching this tonight and enjoying it. This is Welsh. A long, long ball. McKernan's got to beat 2, and he did it. Oh, nearly enough for mine, but no, said the umpire. Running on Mooney, taken. Half volley can sit for Bell. No, Scott, the boy from the Torquay Surf Life-Saving Club. Fresh air shot, Grant. Carey on his hammer, Cooter. Carey got it out. Held is Abraham. The crowd said no.
Good umpiring.
And B-R-O-W-N, Brown down to the wing. And a free kick to the mighty Blues.
Yeah, I think it might be Whitehead on for his first game since late in 1997. And he's got the job on Byron Pickett.
And Brad Pearce is also on, replacing Hickman.
So Pearce on as well. The ball close to the boundary line. And umpire Nash calls for a bounce. It's going to be pretty fiery these last 3.5 minutes, I reckon, Mick, because Kangaroos back within a goal and a half, within 9 points.
Anthony, I don't think we'll see Matthew Capuano back on the ground tonight. Looks like he's come off with a groin injury. He's all strapped up.
Well, that could be important because Allen is the main ruckman for the Carlton side. So obviously McKernan will have to do a lot of the ruck work for the Kangaroos. There's the scrap continuing.
This is just magnificent intensity at the footy. Both clubs are really representing the colours they're wearing with pride and dignity. This is what footy's all about. It is a battlefield out there. Every player realises the importance of tonight's contest, especially from a Carlton's viewpoint, and they've attacked it by the scruff of the neck, and rightfully so.
Yeah, good old-fashioned street fight here. There's 9 points as the difference approaching half-time. And, gee, some very, very interesting players out there at the minute. We're waiting now for the ball now to go forward for Kangaroos. Brown is there. Look for some support. McKay, he'll get it, but the umpire has blown the whistle. Looks like a free kick coming out of it.
Back to Fraser Brown, Rex.
And he'll hand pass it onto the vet again, just the old 1-2 and onto the wing. And this is Lord Nelson. So Nelson playing nice football for the Navy Blues. Right wing position, goes in to centre half forward. The long ball was meant for Allen, couldn't take it. Little boy Bell gets it off to Kingsley. Long ball, but Cooter's got to come back and spoil it. He spoiled the air conveyance in flight towards Carey. And that's pretty tight defensive work, mighty Mick.
Yeah, very good work as Fraser Brown comes off the ground, no doubt just for a little bit of a spell just before half-time. Hume will replace him. But Kutafiti's job's been very interesting tonight. If McKernan wasn't forward, he was going to centre wing, but since Height come back into the forward part of the ground for the Kangaroos, he was the one who had to push back.
Blues defending, and now the Roos attacking. King sets it up into the goal square. Here's Silvani versus Carey. Silvani spoiled, but the Roos. Shannon Grant strolls in and gets another one. Only 3 points in it now, Mick.
Yeah, you can sort of sense the game's just starting to turn the Kangaroos' way.
I tell you what, you've got to feel sorry for Steve Silvani. Last week he had Tony Lockett. This week he's got Wayne Carey. Probably the 2 most damaging forwards in the last decade.
Yep, no doubt about that. You have to put Jason Dunstall in that double, of course, as well. But here's a great contest between 2 competitors. Grant was there to rove.
So Grant gets his first for the Kangas. And now they're within 3 points. And Carlton haven't scored a major this quarter. Kangaroos get their third. Nelson taken away by Stevens. Kangas forward. This player is Mooney. A long ball to a lead. Carey got it. Oh, we've spoken so many superlatives about this champion. And what's more, he's on a champion in Silvani. And Carey can line it up and unbelievably put the Kangaroos in front.
It's just amazing to watch that contest. Look at the body, the prop, force the issue, push your body against the opposition player and just take a very, very good mark.
Didn't have to reenact it in the box, Mick.
Just watch his kicking action. See if he kicks through the line of the ball.
Well, for mine, he kicked through it and he drilled it. What a champion.
Yep, you said it, Rex. He is a champion. There's no doubt about that. An absolute superstar of the modern game. Have a look at this contest. Eyes on the footy. He had an awareness as to where Silvani was. He actually kicked through the line of that ball fairly well, which you said, Rex. Kicked very accurately. And that is a terrific shot on goal from a quality captain.
So Carey with his first. And the Blues now trail by 3. Superstar is Carey. Don't worry about that. Matthew Allen to half forward. Backwell couldn't get it, but Bell. This is Kangaroos Ali. He's got to lead beautifully. Pearce. Oh, he was nearly off Pearce, but he couldn't get the ball with him. And the free kick will go to Stevens.
Gee, that's costly, Mick. Pearce, a great lead, a great pass.
You can't afford to drop easy chest marks like that. Hasn't had a lot of ground time over the last couple of weeks, Pearce. He certainly needs some match time.
Yeah.
But the tougher it is, the better Stevens plays. There's no doubt about that. He's just relishing this contest.
Almost a half-time. And I think, given that Carlton haven't scored a goal in this quarter, Pearce is probably the variable, along with Whitnell up there, that they need to fire if they're going to win the game, Mick.
Well, that's the question leading into the start of the game. Looking on paper, you just thought, how are they going to get their 12 to 13 to 14 goals?
We're pretty happy with Pearce's moustache as well. The ball on the wing comes down to Ratton, up towards the 50 area. There goes the siren. There goes the siren, and it's on again. It's on again.
I can do it!
Mick can run down the bookmaker. That'll be right. Just with me. Kernan. Here comes Bell. Straight into attack, but Ratton. Oh, he controlled the footy nicely. And this is Bradley, the superstar captain, Kangaroos, right half forward flank. Look at the dew on the ground behind him. It's really greasy. Murphy couldn't get there, but King did. He's a rock of Gibraltar, King. He's got a smile on his face, like a fish that missed the hook. On centre wing as the area went, looking for Clayton, couldn't get it. Pickett broke a tackle, but Murphy got him.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that was prior conviction. No, prior
Opportunity, Rex.
Carey a worm burner. And this is, he was de-strided. Is McKay, and there's a goal coming up. His third is Abraham. What a start for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, but it all comes back to a decision that the umpire should have gave in Carlton's advantage. Pickett and Murphy, they're matching up against each other across half forward. Magnificent to watch Byron Pickett attack the footy when the ball's got to be won. Have a look at this for speed,
Opportunity,
power.
though, Mick. He had
There's
plenty.
the opportunity. No doubt it was a free kick. The umpire was on the blind side, didn't see him get rid of the ball in the appropriate manner, hence the goal for the Kangaroos.
So the first goal of the second half to the Kangaroos. And in the middle of the ground, McKernan wins the tap in the path of Bell. Couldn't take it with him. Ratton off the ground. Stevens paddled. Hickmott, Bell charging through. Simpson took them on. Dispossessed, but Bell fumbled there. Caught one, but he got it back to Simpson around the corner. Good looking kick. Kent underneath it. Shannon Grant couldn't hang on to it. Here's a lead, and Scholl accepts the pass, and it was a ripper. Hit him right in the chest, and the Roos, I think, have kicked the last 5 goals.
It's the last 6 goals,
Last
actually.
6 goals.
They kicked the last goal of the first quarter. They kicked 4 goals to nothing, and the first of this third quarter to Winston Abrahams. But you must admire this Kangaroo outfit. They just continue to be disciplined. Good sides win under pressure.
35 metres out. Not a problem for Craig Scholl. Yes, it is a problem. Well, He was clapping and cheering, but he missed. And he fooled me.
I think he fooled everybody.
Joe Scholl went behind the stick, and Silvani will put the ball back into play.
And Murphy's on out wide too, Rex.
Real testing time now for Carlton as Murphy, as Mick called him, made good possession. Unattended, he kicks it down towards the wing, looking for Pearce. Now this is Byron Pickett, tackled by Pearce.
Do you reckon, Mick, that every time Byron Pickett gets tackled, he gets a bit extra treatment from everyone else?
Yeah, well, I don't know whether that's just a fallacy or it's a fact. Just if the bloke's got possession of the ball, I think it's a part of the inclination to tackle. And if you want to tackle, you just lay it, irrespective who the opponent is.
Particularly if you play the game like Pickett. He plays it tough, he plays it hard. And I met his family in Darwin, Barramundi, fishing about 6 weeks ago. I tell you what, they just love his involvement with the Kangaroos, who are delighted to have him. So the greasy conditions taking over. I think it's really tough now for North. Mooney, left half forward was Carey. Shannon Grant, a quick kick will go behind the stick to the left. The crowd up in the southern stand went ape droppings, but from our vantage point, high above the Olympic stand, the ball went left. And Kangaroos go further ahead.
And they might go further ahead now. Welsh marked the poor Koutafidis kick and finds Kingsley, who's well within range. His angle is about 50 degrees. And this would stretch the margin from 11 out to 17 if he can kick successfully, Mick. Yeah,
and you can't afford to make mistakes, especially when you're kicking in like that. Koutafidis turned the footy over because Kingsley was about 15 metres off the goal line protecting that area. He had 25 metres of free space to lead into. Koutafidis couldn't man him up.
Let's have a look at the angle this time. No better. Behind. So the Roos have missed a few opportunities. And they've now got 6 goals 9 to 5 goals 3. And the margin's still 12.
Bradley yelling out instructions. Most bases are covered. He'll be called on now by the umpire to get it going. Now he's called on and he's got to kick it long to a contest. Has he any advantage there? Matthew Allen tapped it on, but little boy Bell, taken about Ratton, did it well. Fell after he kicked it, and Pearce, good mark in front of the bow and arrow, he earned it. Pearce, wearing the ziff, gets it on further, and Brown, B-R-O-W-N, will probably have a long shot, Fraser.
Look at Murphy, he's running down into the pocket on this side. No, it's going to go longer.
Fraser's going to kick a measured kick. McCartney is up, put good pressure on Whitnell, enough to send the football over the chalk. And Jason McCartney at his 3rd club. By gee, I'm impressed with his work rate. And Mark Dawson, the chairman of selectors, showed a lot of faith in the man as well. Mick, you played with him out of Victoria Park, and he deserves with his endeavour to do well.
Yeah, certainly, Rex. He just competes, Jason. Keeps it simple, keeps within his basic abilities, and that's what you got to do. No point sometimes. You got to do the common things uncommonly well. He does that.
Mick, the Blues need to score a goal here, don't they?
Well, they certainly do. I was just thinking, when are they going to score? The last goal they scored was at the 26-minute mark of the first quarter. Been a long time between drinks for the Carlton team. They certainly need a goal from this forward thrust.
Well, the Roos get it to Simpson, but nothing doing now. Bell, clearing kick, out to some space. First to it will be Sexton. He just knocked it down, couldn't control it. Oh, was that a throw? Yes. The umpire penalising Hamill.
As soon as it gets elevated, Hutto, the umpires will pin you.
Let's have a look at this. Yeah, no, that's very good call. Very good call. Simpson off the left boot, become a really good player for them this year. That's not a good kick though. Allen falling back into the mark, feeding Bradley. Now he looks up and he ignored the lead from Whitnell. He's going to go longer, back towards half forward. Hamill was the target in amongst the couple. Ratton, a handball. Clayton overruns it, picked up by Brown. Centre half forward, down to full forward. Pearce buffeted off the ball by Archer. He's going to find it hard in the one-on-ones with Glenn Archer to take a mark, Nick.
And that's exactly why Brad Pearce has got to stay as deep and as close to the goal line as he possibly can. Keep the space in front of him because he's a leading forward. Very rarely will you see Pearce take a pack mark.
So Carlton, not quite desperate, but they need a goal. There is no doubt about that. They got away to a very good start. The Kangaroos, perseverance. I've got a sign on my wall about that. And they just persevere. And they're going for their 9th straight win. And there's no doubt about it. They're going to play a big part in who wins the flag this year. McCartney from behind Whitnell. Whitnell looks behind him, then gets it out. McCartney, clear knockout. Off the ground, Adam Simpson, worm burner. Cooter overran the ball. This is Mooney. Can't control the ball is Brett Harvey. And the chalk wins the game again. So it's 12 points the difference. It was 3 at half-time. And incredibly, the Kangas trailed by 23 points at the first change. The Kangas have come back then, but Brown to Beaumont. Plenty of pressure by the Kangaroos, but here comes Murphy in the centre. Kick it right on his hammer. This is Welsh. Around his body and a high giraffe kick. Matty Allen, Sexton over the top. Came back to Lord Nelson. He's all tied up. No prior opportunity, or in fact opportunity to get rid of the ball by hand or foot. And Mark Nash, the umpire, said, "Give it to me, young man."
Bit scrappy, Mick, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, there's just no flow in the game whatsoever. Obviously, difficult conditions. If the ball spends a lot of time on the ground, it does become greasy.
Ratton, Allen, Sexton, up to 50. Whitnell, can he get to the contest? He was forced to spoil. Now Pearce, off and running. Comes out to 50. Sits on top. Well done, Simpson. Archer, did he keep it in? Yes. And unloads it. Onto the wing. Sexton. Oh, Mooney. Mooney took an excellent mark.
Just worked his way to the front. Terrific stuff from a young player. Had to beat 2. He did so.
And they got the man running back, and that was Kingsley. Good spoil from Hickmott. Carey, happy enough to see it over the line and out of bounds.
With Capiano off the ground now, Mooney's in the ruck, and Corey McKernan's gone to full forward and down there with Carey. So they're going for the kill, the Kangaroos.
And also it's helping the structure, namely because they're dragging Koutafiti's back.
13 minutes to go. So we're not quite at the halfway stage yet of the third quarter. Stevens, chances like that can win matches. And then when you kick it out in the full, they don't help.
It's great to see Dean Rice warming up along the boundary line, running fairly freely. There he is there on screen. Great to see.
Yeah, fantastic. So Carlton, well, I suppose now you've got to start saying they've got to do something. Camporeale, a long ball. Murphy taken. Ratton, advantage played Brown. Koutafiti's left wing position. Looking for Beaumont through his hands. Right on his hammer, Adam Simpson. The ball's over the boundary line. So the Kangaroos by 12 points in a pretty entertaining game. It's a real slog now. And as Mick said, the greasy ball is going to make it tough for any side to score a lot of goals, and Carlton need a couple. This is Byron Pickett, a worm burner, right half forward. The bolt in Manton. In front of him, Scholl trying to work it clear. And the ball over the boundary line again. And Rex, a bit of a go, young man, after Mick.
And Rex, I think it's due to the efforts of the defensive pressure from the Kangaroos. Murphy in the hands of the trainers. They've really started to work defensively. And I think merely because of that, Carlton have gone indirect towards their goal. They're kicking wide, going back to some of their bad habits when under pressure.
Manton over the top of it. It's a real scrap again. And again, Mark Nash forced to blow the whistle. You think the Kangaroos will be happy to keep it like this now that they've got the front, Mick?
This is the type of style of footy they like. Keep it nice and tight and close. Still do the predictable thing, get the ball forward and as long as possible towards their marking targets. They've got McKernan, they've got Scholl, they've got Carey across half forward. 3 terrific marking players.
Carey and Silvani are in the goal square. That's where the ball heads from Bell. Carey in front, overran it. All North Melbourne swooping on it. Abraham, oh, he was off balance. You've got to feel sorry for him there.
What about his speed to get to that ground level ball? He just burst from that boundary throw in. Magnificent speed over the ground.
So Hamill, the plumber, to Koutafitides. Look at him, he's like a Greek goddess. A Greek god.
Goddess.
Well, Sam said he was, I didn't. So here it is, he said he wasn't. So we believe him. Allen down onto the wing. Cooter makes good ice cream anyhow. We had some. And my missus found out. This is McKernan. right half forward. Look at him go. Grimaces. A long mongrel finger breaker. Bradley can't control it. Shannon Grant over the top. Sexton. This is good, solid stuff, but it's not getting Carlton any closer. Carlton 13 points down after leading by 23 points at quarter time. Carlton may have run their race in the context of this game. The dew very heavy, a greasy ball. Inside 50 for North. Kangaroos, McKay, the vet, across his body, but Bell didn't play football till he was well into his teens. He's playing good footy now. A long ball, McKernan. Oh, nearly enough. The umpires played it, paid it. All you got to do, Mighty Mick, is control the air conveyance, and he's done that to the umpire's satisfaction.
Yep, no doubt about that, Rex. He had a fair purchase of that ball. The beauty of that mark was he really approached it with an intensity to actually make it his own. He left Matthew Allen in his wake. He saw the opportunity to go there and compete in the air. He ran through the line of the footy as if he meant it. When you do things like that, luck favours the brave.
And he controlled the football before Hickmott knocked the ball clean. This marvellous, marvellous sportsman goes bang! You know the result.
Yeah, Kangaroos are certainly working extremely hard. That's what their mentality is and their attitude at that footy club, to continue to do the right things irrespective of what the scoreboard indicates. Be interesting to see what they actually do now, Carlton. They are certainly breaking down across half forward. Maybe it's time for Koutafidis to be pushed forward and Hamill may go back, which I think should happen.
So the Kangaroos, after Corey McKernan's mark and goal, starting to really take over in this game. The Blues need the next one. Bradley and Beaumont. Oh, Whitnell just couldn't get a constructive handball away. Kuta pushing forward. Can't take it. Out wide she goes. It might bounce all right for Camporelli to run onto it. Can hit, no. Whistle on play. They'll come back to Shannon Grant for a push in the back. And Mark Nash getting back on the spot. Now he wheels onto the left boot. Up onto the wing. Knocked on. Abraham can set them up again. Look at the ball control. Byron Pickett running in ever diminishing circles. Back to McKernan, standing still, up and under. Who's underneath it? Sexton to spoil. Hamill down there as well now in defence. Got the handball to himself. Streams away, trying to give them some run. Up onto the wing. Murphy hasn't had much of it for the last quarter or so. Kangaroos standing firm. Simpson, Shannon Grant, Pickett, back to Grant. Distance on the kick towards Carey. Good punch away from Silvani, but Carey works and works and works and then is caught. Just gave it up at the right time. Clayton a handball, they're under pressure. Might go out of bounds now. Carey kicked it out of the full. The umpire saw it. No, it came off Backwell's boot.
Actually, the umpires called it the other way.
Yeah, no.
Interesting to have a look at the replay of that.
No, I think the umpire was right. I think the umpire was right. Yeah, Carey's boot.
Good call.
So, little boy Backwell, a skimmer. Silvani took the mark. Hand pass back inside 50. Watch out, Bradley, quick. Diving into the mark is Sexton. He's been very good, Sexton. He's had a lot of possessions. He'll kick it long to the veterinary surgeon. And the vet in McKay to half forward Murphy. They're building, but they're desperate for a goal. They need the next couple, and they certainly need one on this Sorte forward. Murphy has seen all bases covered and goes long, but the kick no good. Shannon Grant. That'll be on my Sunday show. A Cadbury contender, no doubt, as Shannon Grant finds, well, the bloke that broke his crown, and that is Anthony Stevens.
Anthony Stevens with a footy. 14 possessions tonight. 2 marks onto the wing. Welsh flew high. Kingsley, ineffectual handball. Blues need some inspiration. They need somebody to do something. And they would have been very disappointed with that last foray forward. The Blues have not been able to get anything going, as you can see there, Mick, for a long time.
Yeah, certainly would be concerning David Parkin. Just the midfield run looks to have gone out of their legs.
What do you think of Kuta going up forward?
I think it's a good option. There's no doubt about that. They certainly have to provide a contest across there. But I just think they're playing a little bit indirect on their entry into their forward line.
They almost need to steal a goal. They need to just invent a goal somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, Anthony, Matthew Allen's now gone a full forward, trying to get some marking power down there. That's the difference, obviously, between the two sides at the moment, where the Kangaroos have strong marking power and the Blues have a very small forward line.
McCartney hands on it, Ratton down towards full forward. Archer went back, Allen stayed behind. He won't have the pace to match it with him at ground level. Archer finding touch, skidding along the boundary line. Back row will get there first. It won't go out. He can go in short. Oh, it won't make it to Allen, who's loping, I reckon. Archer terrific.
And there's an example of how a low percentage kick, a little chip kick over the mark. You've got to be a long way free if that player's going to receive the ball.
And pick a touchdown as well.
Class showing out here for the Kangas. No problem with the endeavour of Carlton, just like Collingwood today. But I can tell you now, Carlton staring down the tube. This is Manton. Bolt, they call him. The football now. Carey, Silvani, Carey, Silvani, Carey again. Shoal. Can the football go out? It can. And look at the Kangas crowd. Oh, what was he ordering? 2 cafe lattes,
Yeah,
4 drinks, and I think, I'm not quite so sure, a bowl of spaghetti, Anthony.
Yeah, well, I'll need it after this. Tough conditions for the players. Kingsley, Sexton was good early. Nelson, Bradley. Oh, he has to get rid of it. Finds Hickmott. He's been man up. There's a loose man over the top. And that's the kick. That's where the kick goes to Camberale. Will he sit on him? He just didn't get there in time. He tried to knock it to Beaumont. Durkay pounces, a wobbly one, a scruffy one. Inside 50, Hickmott got pressure from Kingsley. Kingsley, nice little nudge. Welsh, nothing doing. Hickmott back to Sexton. Sexton's kick was okay. Camberale, now there's a loose man on the wing and they can get something going through Beaumont. He looks up, hasn't got much on offer. Nothing through the middle, nothing along the flank. He's going to have to kick it to a contest. He gets towards Wicknell, who really has not looked like it in this quarter. McCartney out marking him again.
That's where it's very difficult for the forward in Wicknell's defence. Carlton are winning the ball on centre wing far too wide, committing the forward further afield. He has to lead to the wing part of the ground, the flank part of the ground. It just makes it so easy for defenders to defend.
Stevens to King to Stevens, a high ball, and Stephen Beaumont takes a very, very good mark.
Both Murphy and Camperale off the ground now, and Lappin's on for the Blues with Whitehead.
Thank you very much. Who's Stephen Beaumont? Simon's brother.
Yep.
You know what, you correct me, I'm only checking up that you're just taking notice. This is Blakey. Blakey now, a long ball. Down towards half forward. Clean ball was Welsh. Bell. Over the top. Looking further for Durkay. Magnificent goal. Durkay gets his first, and the Kangaroos have just about got this, I reckon.
Just amazing athletes to watch, aren't they? Just their balance and their composure. Bell is just an extreme workhorse for this team. He never stops running. He always runs to the right spots. In the second and third quarter, he's already accumulated 14 possessions. In the first quarter, 6. He's had a real big game. That's a quality snap from Durkay.
So the goal to Durkay, almost insurmountable now, is this particular lead to the Kangaroos, 58-33. Will the fat lady exercise her lungs in the quarter before three-quarter time? Lappin says no, she won't. A long ball left half forward. Jason McCartney thumps it. And the ball goes over the boundary line. Carlton are in huge trouble at the home of football.
I know we've laboured on it, Mick, but just the Blues' inability to kick a goal since the first quarter.
Yep, they certainly have struggled. They're just getting no flow through centre corridor.
Yep.
Ratton and Brown, they're noted ball winners, but their ball carriers, Murphy and Camperale, they've certainly struggled in this third quarter. Camperale's had 4 kicks, but most of them have been back of centre, and also Murphy's pushing up the ground to receive the loose balls.
Bell's kick onto the wing. At the back, Sexton. McKay had plenty of it tonight. Into the middle, Bradley. Now he looks up. What's he got? Not much. He's going to bring it wide. And so that'll give a chance for North to push their defenders back. Allen gets it back. A low kick from Hamill. Down to Pearce, who's well up the ground. Can he run onto it, Pearce? He's got to try and keep it in. But, oh! Pickett made sure he went into the pickets.
Unbelievable low centre of gravity, Pickett. When he goes to meet the contest, he starts zeroing in on the ball, gets that low centre of gravity. There he is there. He just wants to make that his objective.
And Pearce growing the moustache. I reckon I saw a movie one night with a lookalike like Pearce.
Was it Zorro?
It was a fantastic movie. I tell you what, Debbie, you should have seen the Sheila on the horse. Absolutely sensational. Let's get back to the football. I hope this is the football. Yes, it is. And young Backwell getting some attention. They're wrapping him up like a mummy. So the ball back into play. This is Ratton. And gee, Dipper, Kangaroos just haven't let Carlton do anything since quarter time.
Absolutely, and at half time they come back with just a what's the word I'm after? It's so cold down here, sorry.
You idiot, Dipper. You've had another sherry. Can you get the producer down there and get that bottle off him?
Please.
On the wing, Ratton, Pearce. Long one to full forward, Matty Lappin. Punch, double punch. King and Simpson brought it to the ground. McKay came in. Clayton under pressure. They'll appeal. They'll appeal. How's that? Not out, said the umpire. King, a handball. Onto the wing. The Blues try and bring it back to their flank. Desperation start from Locke. Off the ground goes Shannon Grant. Now it's on the logo. Now the Roos going forward. Shoal up towards McKernan. His handball was very good. Shoal couldn't handle it though, and the Blues can relieve. Oh, Hume straight into trouble and out of it. Broke the tackle well. The penetration on the kick was okay. McCartney went early. Whitnell a free kick. Free kick paid. And the best thing Whitnell could do here is go back and kick a goal, Mick.
Yeah, certainly an important shot on goal for Lance Whitnell. Just looking through the Carlton players that are playing tonight, there's only 7 players that have got in between 10 and 20 goals. Not one player in this Carlton outfit has actually kicked 20 goals at this stage of the year.
He kicked it from 50, a powerful kick, and boy, did they need that one.
They certainly did, Hutto. Whitnell has worked hard across half forward. He's tried to provide a target on the way through. That's his second goal for the night. That actually takes his tally for the year for 20. He has started to work hard across half forward. Needs a build-up from Hume. Real terrier. Good body work there by Whitnell just to get in front of the jumping McCartney.
So Whitnell's trip to the health farm. I must try it. He's kicked a couple. So Carlton a goal closer. 58 to 39. Still pretty convincing to the Kangaroos. 19 points. Well, can the Carlton side get another one before three-quarter time? Carlton have just blocked them out, and that is Carlton's first goal since time on in the first term. They worked hard for it. Matty Allen out the back looking for Lord Nelson, but this is the vet McKay. Right half forward Whitnell. McCartney, the 1%ers as Mick calls him. He'll just run out. He'll run out deliberately, but he ran out on an arc, and he did it beautifully.
Yeah, smart defensive tactic there by McCartney. Had no option except to do that and bail out.
So Whitnell in front, McCartney from behind said, get out of the way, don't argue. This is Brown. B-R-O-W-N, a high ball. King. Oh, King's trying to grab it, but Stevens does. Wormburner. Clean bowls Winnie Abrahams. A whistle went somewhere. Free kick umpire Nash says. And it's going to go back and go to Stevens. Gee, he's been very, very good since coming off on the blood rule. This might be Bell, is it?
Yeah, paid that as a downfield free.
To Bell.
Yeah.
So he kicked it backfield and it ended up in the square. The boy from Port Melbourne, Ivy's boy. Now a long, long ball, King out, but it went Sexton. He kicked it forward, attacking the ball, Stevens. Stool, McCartney in a bit of trouble, a wild hand pass. But Anthony Stevens, magnificent onto the wing. Knocked on by Welsh. Now this is Hume. Hume is there. He's in front of Rawlings. Rawlings does it well. Tough stuff. They pat each other on the back. The ball's out of play.
Only a minute 20 to go, or just under. And I got the feeling then, Mick, that the Blues just had a little bit of momentum up, and if they had been able to score one then, it would have been very important for their chances of coming back in the last quarter. But as it is, it'll be hard. There's not much time left for them.
It's just interesting watching McCartney. The ability to get his hands free in the tackle.
Yep.
If he had kept his hands close to his body, 2 Carlton players would have laid the tackle and maybe deemed holding the ball. Terrific skill in modern-day footy to keep your hands free, extend your arms and get the ball free for your team.
McKernan knocked it down. Sexton back to Bradley. Oh, there's a good mark from Lappin. Lift them. The Blues with a minute to spare. Go forward. Hamill's long kick. Fraser Brown against Archer. He had brought it to ground. They needed to do that. Archer over the ball. Almost a team holding the ball. Not quite. And it's over and out with 50 seconds on the clock.
Yes, almost a team holding the ball for sure and certain. Hutto, as you called it, 2 tough nuts doing battle there. Archer versus Brown. You just see McCartney dive in to help out Archer at ground level.
It was close, wasn't it? He took a long time to get rid of it.
McKernan got the knockout. Simon Beaumont, Stevens' brother, gets it off Matthew Lappin. A wild hand pass straight into the bow and arrow. Archer on to wing. Welsh takes the mark. Is there enough time for the Kangas to get another one? They have a lead out, Abrahams. But the veterinary surgeon in McKay goes bang to half forward. McKernan's up in front of Allen. The umpire said free kick advantage played. Stevens has been great. Half forward, here come North Clayton. Marks on 50. Watch out, Nelson's got him. Play on snow. The umpire has rewarded brother Nelson. Great tenacity by Nelson. And Nelson puts it onto the wing. The clock will beat everyone as the siren sounds as Zorro Pearce has the ball. And Carlton tried everything. But at 3/4 time, they're still down the tube. And Graham Richmond would turn over in his grave to see a Tiger, chairman of selectors of the enemy at Carlton. My, how society has changed. This is Bradley. Long ball half forward, punched away by Whitnell. Now coming in young Clayton. He's played beautifully. Brent Harvey got a quick kick in towards half forward, punched away Manton. Manton came with Allen, double teamed it. This is Bell, taken about nicely. The hand pass went across to Bradley from Nelson. A long, long call by Simon Beaumont. And Stephen Beaumont's cousin kicks a long ball in. Over the top, Pickett. Will he give support to Archer? He will. Pickett hand passed it. This is Camporeale. Can the Blues have a dream start? Matty Lappin, stand up, son. But ding-dong bell. Beautifully done. A genuine worm burner. A genuine, unadulterated worm burner to touch. And the yibbity-yibbida. That is sensational.
Rex, you'll notice there that move has been made of Silvani up forward.
They're spot on, Hutto. And for the Kangaroos, we've got Scott Capuano, Craig Scholl and Ken Kisley staying on the bench in this last quarter.
Kudafides back onto Carey. We'll get mixed comments in a moment. Brown, chance for the Blues. Silvani over the top. He didn't go. He let Camporeale contest. And Archer just walked straight over the line and out of bounds.
And Hutto, we got Backwell with a hamstring injury, Justin Murphy, Brad Pearce, and also Glenn Manton on the bench for the Blues.
We actually suggested in the 3/4 time break that should happen.
You did, Mick.
It's great to see Silvani do go forward. Carlton have to win the game. Exactly what Richardson said. Can't afford to save it.
I tell you what, Pickett didn't make much of an effort to get rid of it. Eventually it's thrown away by Bell. Hume still under pressure. Now they'll get away. Clayton takes the mark. A little fortuitous, perhaps. Kicks it out onto the wing. Mooney. In fact, that was Rawlings. Good spoil, Sexton. Down to Hickmont. Inside 50. Whitnell contests with Blakey. Archer lost it. Went to ground. Goes in again. It's sitting about 45 out. And the umpire lets it go on. We should have. King was about to escape. And a ball up the result. So what's the key, Mick? What's the key to Carlton being a chance? Is it Silvani?
Yeah, well, Silvani, they've got to get the supply, of course, into that part of the ground. Players like Camporeale, Murphy, and also Craig Bradley in midfield. They have to win a lot of the footy. They've got to get between 8 and 12 possessions each player to supply the likes of Silvani on the lead.
They certainly need something, Carlton. No problem with their endeavour. Absolutely no problem. 58-39. Shoal in the hands of the doctor down there. And I'm not saying that Brad Pearce is off the ground, you idiot. The football now half back. This is Matty Lappin. Matty Lappin, hand passes, looking for Simon Beaumont. Now this is Stevens. What a champion he is. Into the centre of the ground to McKernan, who knocked it down. Crumbing well, Winnie Abraham. Inside 50, Koutafidis running off Grant before he got there late. Kuta kicked it very, very close to the chalk. And it went over.
And I think that setup will suit Carlton. Koutafidis is a leaping defender. He really doesn't have to engage in the body-on-body contest against Carey. Carey's worked extremely hard across half forward, trying to run off Silvani. Koutafidis' fresh legs could jump over him, spoil from that point.
McKernan doing the rucking and the roving, but Whitehead, a handball, ineffectual. Bowell, a dribbling kick to 50. Shannon Grant, they hold it in. Looking back in the goal square, Koutafidis right on Carey. It's a pretty open 50, just away from the ball up. You can see Hamill watching Durkay. It's a very open 50 now, Mick, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, well, all Kangaroos run-on players to the ball are behind the contest on the offensive side, charging through.
And McKernan tapped it down, and so the Blues were behind the contest. They had enough there to hold it up. McKay Ratton's got to be good here. Had his trousers pulled down. Lapham, clever. Or was he? Stevens, look at him go. Stevens kicks it long. Hamill underneath McKernan at the ground level. Harvey loves these. He lost it, he got it. He lost it, he got it. Shannon Grant, clever. He is just so clever. Off the left boot. And through she goes.
Absolutely magnificent skill. Didn't have much time to think about it. He was aware of what he wanted to achieve, but Harvey, through his persistence, and there's North Melbourne once again, getting the ball in congestion, but getting it forward with a long kick to the tallest target. Look at that for endeavour and perseverance. He released the ball, quick thinking, quick reaction. Grant put it across his left boot in a banana style, and it's a terrific shot on goal.
Well, I just about reckon the fat lady can say, it's over. Thank you, darling. You can leave the box now. 9-10 to 6-3, it's over, I would think. Carlton haven't got the resources to get up there. They will try hard through this man Ratton leading the way. Long ball meant for Camberriali. Whitnell should kick it and does. Beautiful reply, but the Kangas still in control. Yeah. Whitnell gets his third goal. Carlton get one back. But every time they get one back, the Kangas answer.
Yeah, just the reply they needed to keep them alive in this contest with a winning opportunity. Camberriali competed well over his head. Whitnell got to the right spot to receive that crumbing contest. Kicked accurately for goal. His third for the night.
So the Blues answering, and still there is time. And that's a slight bounce favouring Allen. Can he give them first use? No, McKernan does for the Roos. Bouncing kick away from Carey. Kuta grabbed the jumper, went to the boundary line, and over she goes. 64 to 45. Back to where we were basically at three-quarter time. Carlton moves Silvani up forward. Hasn't seen much of it up there yet. The other end of the ground, we're watching Allen get in front of Mooney. McKernan, Allen the tap. Carey just got a fist to it. Harvey couldn't get boot the ball properly. Manton through the traffic. Out by Ratton. Stevens, look at him go. Tremendous again. The runner is king. Breaks through one tackle. Long kick, Carey pushing, shoving.
Free kick.
There's a whistle. And Kula said, what?
Head high. The umpire actually called it. In the contest, Greg Stroop, there's his right arm across the head and shoulder area of Carey. I suppose if you make contact above the shoulders or in the head region, you're always susceptible to give away a free kick. Carey's got the ball. Only 10 metres from goal. He should kick this.
He's got blood on the top of his...
He's second for the night. He's bleeding out the corner of his eye. The closest player to the contest will actually take the ball. Looks like being Shannon Grant. He certainly is one player who can kick accurately for goal. He's kicked 2 tonight. He's had 19 possessions. There's the blood streaming from a small cut above Carey's right eye. Once again, Stevens was the player who worked hard against the ball to win it at ground level and set up another offensive thrust for the North Melbourne team.
17 and 7, Mick.
Enormous stats from a midfielder, especially after the start he had. It was a physical confrontation between himself and also Fraser Brown of Carlton. He's adapted to it, he accepted it, he rose to the challenge that was set out initially, and he shone like a beacon.
19 possessions for Shannon Grant. As Mick said, 2 goals already, 3 marks. And he has been handed this goal.
If he kicks this, Hutto, this is be his 100th goal in his career.
Well, you'd back him 9.5 times out of 10. No mistake. And another goal, and the Kangaroos are home.
Congratulations, Shannon Grant. 100 goals in your career. Terrific milestone in itself. Any player that can basically average 1 goal per game from the midfield, you've certainly done your job. He's played 96 games at this stage of his short career. That's his 100th goal. Congratulations. He's a quality midfielder, uses the ball exceptionally well. Good long endurance athlete, finds a lot of the footy.
So Shannon Grant has his third, 10-10-70, and Carlton 7-3. Carlton just desperately trying to lift. They're only playing now for time, I would think. They know they can't get back. This man will try and lift them, Bradley. And this man's done very, very well there, Mick Whittle, tonight.
Yeah, he's worked hard. There's no doubt about his work rate tonight, Rex.
Brown gets it back to Bradley. Centre half forward, sauces down there. Archer punches away. Brent Harvey clears up, goes through Matthew Lappin into the centre of the ground at the fall of the ball. This is Clayton. Quick hands, Rawlings. A long ball. Here it comes. Shoal clean bowled that player off stump. Hamill will take it with him. Hand pass towards the boundary line. Rawlings takes it over. And North keep it in their forward zone. So time ticking away. There's Carey. He's joined the fancy dress party. Gee whiz. It's a good look, isn't it? Hey, Elephant Man Mark II. Fantastic. Keep the crows off the wheat crop. There's no doubt about that. And the ball's over the boundary line.
Ready to come on, Carey. Who's coming off there, Dipper?
Rawlings, Anthony. Ray Rawlings.
Making sure you're still awake down there, Dipper.
Trust me, I'm awake.
Making sure he's still alive.
Lappin down onto the flank. On the bounce, Campriali couldn't get it. Simpson was excellent on that occasion. And knocked it over the line and out of bounds.
And still the voice level down here by both teams is very high, considering where Carlton are standing in this last quarter.
Campriali.
How's your voice level?
Just there. Just there.
Here's Ratton. He's wrapped up in a tackle. And a ball up. Brett Ratton tonight hasn't stopped trying. 26 possessions, 13 and 13. Mick?
Yeah, he certainly does work hard in close. I just think over the course of the night, it's been the Carlton turnovers that have been pretty costly. They've doubled the turnover factor as against Carlton's statistic in that area. They just haven't used the ball with the precision we know usual Carlton teams do.
So 13 minutes remaining in this game. The Kangaroos in front, as you can see, by more than 4 goals. Ratton overrunning it on the full.
Was that a bump ball?
Gee, I don't reckon. I'm with Brett Ratton on that one. I don't think that was out of the full. Like to see the replay when we get a chance. For the moment, though, they're going to go forward. Sexton, a handball. Brown paddling forward. Murphy missed the target completely. And over she goes.
Yeah, there's another skill error. Here's this.
Straight into the ground.
Yep, no doubt. That was a bump ball.
Third umpire. Go for the third umpire on that one. Throw in on the wing. Down in front of us, members wing MCG. Fraser Brown trying to get the Blues pumping. Matty Lappin got to get rid of it quickly. Just threw it out in front of himself. And over the line it goes again. And he says, how are you, Jason McCartney?
Yeah, McCartney backed it himself. He left his opponent in Whitnall, really went to Lappin. Good defensive work. That's what happens with this Kangaroos teams. They've got a belief in their own ability when they make a decision.
No doubt, Matty Allen, he got another tap out. Stevens without the ball. As Mike Williamson would say, Jack Hill, the blind miner, would see that. This is Shannon Grant. Played particularly well and has kicked 3 goals. Clean ball is McKernan. McKernan goes forward. And this is Carey. Gets it across. Clayton. Oh, long goal, Clayton. Well done. Kangaroos are alive.
Yeah, they certainly are a promising outfit.
Promising, Mick.
Very promising team, Hutto. I think there's only 2 teams in the competition at this stage. If you're prepared to put your neck out, I'd say the West Coast Eagles and the blue and white of the North Melbourne Kangaroos. They're just beautifully balanced all out over the ground. You've got Martin and Pike to come into this team. They're a very good outfit.
So the Kangaroos running away with this game now. Bounding away. The Blues have managed just 2 goals since quarter time after a brilliant start. McKernan has probably got better as the game's gone on, although not a lot of possessions. Shannon Grant runs it down. Who wants that one? Bradley a swing and a miss. Clayton had some good touches tonight. Carey pushing. Okuda didn't mark it, and Carey, don't tell me that's going to be a goal. No, Durkay might turn it into one. Oh, what about that? Gary Durkay for goal.
Just how was his reaction time then? He had about 2 steps to actually turn his body and face the goal. In turn, put the ball onto his foot and kick accurately. That is just a remarkable skill.
It's his 2nd goal of the night. Here was Carey and Kuda. I know it was hard. He had to hold that mark though, Mick, didn't he, really?
That's magnificent balance, isn't it, Rex? To kick the ball around your body accurately for goal. Uncanny ability.
Gary Durkay's 2nd goal wraps it up nicely for the Kangas. 12-10 to 7-3. 11 minutes to go. Carlton wish it was no minutes to go. Ratton's high ball up and under favoured Matthew Lappin. The long ball Lappin looking for son of Surge. Thumped over the boundary line by Adam Simpson. Beautifully done. And the Kangaroos are a real tight unit. There's no doubt about that. They're absolutely just fuming they lost last year against Adelaide. And they've made a pact down at Arden Street to make sure they go one better. Tapped on the shoulder, Whitnall. Must be his birthday. The bow and arrow archer came through Whitnall, the boy from the health farm. It came down. Matty Lappin has picked it up and he's kicked it into the Yarra. But it went behind the stick. 46 to 82. And this is just elementary, my dear Anthony.
Yes, getting towards the halfway stage now of the last quarter. King with the kicking in on us. Away to Stevens. A high one onto the wing, a bit of space for those 2 players to run in. Shannon Grant couldn't really get an effective spoil on Beaumont. Oh, he did now. Got the blue underpants on tonight. Here's McCartney, floats the handball. There's Beaumont again, trying to pull those big trousers back up. Swings onto the left. Gee, tough for Lappin in there. Bell didn't actually take the mark. Stevens dispossessed now. Ratton, give the Blues a chance. Looks up. Got Silvani down the ground a bit further. He went shorter than that. Camporelli unable to hold on to it. And Simpson's done a pretty good job back there on him since he's been moved back, Nick, on Camporelli.
Yeah, he certainly has. A terrific athlete is Simpson. He can jump. He's a marking player. Got great endurance. Can be used in midfield. Can go forward and be a goal kicker. He's one of the most improved players in the competition, that's for sure and certain.
Camporelli, 11 possessions tonight. And Simpson 16 as we see the ball back. Knocked over again. 10 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this last quarter.
Oh, there it is there. I didn't know what that was. Thought it was the time for the train to Frankston. I'll get on it in a minute. This is Brown, B-R-O-W-N, Ratton. Got it across Bradley. Went across to Murphy. on a long, long high ball towards Whitnell. He's marked it. Everyone else was doing their tricks. Whitnell was off. No, he wasn't, because he didn't veer to the right or left from his mark. So Whitnell has got an opportunity to put his fourth on the ball. It's been pretty good. The umpire said give him 5 metres. And there's a good shot from our cameraman. And everyone was just looking to do their special bit. Archer,
see the pain on his face.
There he said far out, or words to that effect, as Whitnell, he goes bang and kicks his fourth. Pretty good effort by young Whitnell for tonight. He's getting more fitness.
Yeah, he certainly has worked hard tonight. Archer was definitely upset about his efforts. He became a spectator in that contest, which is very, very rare for him. Whitnell was the player that actually judged that floating ball best of all. We see Archer leave Silvani, then stopped at the back and spectated. He knew that he'd done the wrong thing. Whitnell took an easy, uncontested mark on his chest.
So, Whitnell's kicked 4 now, and the Blues, well, they're 30 points behind, but they like to get a couple more before the end of this game. Harvey will try and stop them. Bradley can shepherd, or he can go and get it. He goes and gets it, paddles it, back to Brown, left-handed handball, Murphy, and she's over the line and out of bounds. Murphy's been pretty quiet since the first quarter, Mick.
Yeah, he has struggled to get into the game. John Blakey's been on him for the last quarter. And Blakey, as we know, is a dead-set professional. He attacks the footy, does know when to run off, when to receive, when to stop. Terrific contributor for North Melbourne for a long period of time.
McKernan's handball didn't find Welsh. That's got to be close to being a throw. Oh, McKay handballed it straight to Powell. He just couldn't take it with him. McKay handballing it over the line and out of bounds. And so another throw in the forward pocket. 30 points the difference. The Kangaroos holding on a cool night at the MCG. Bit of fog around.
A bit of fog.
And it's quite nice and warm up here, Dipper.
McKernan went down. Look for Shannon Grant, but Manton. Hand passing to Allen. McKay again, just finding the boundary line. He's battled hard, McKay. He was in the middle of the paper this morning with his hand in a compromising position with a moo cow, but I tell you what, he's a vet. And with the extended rubber glove up to the old shoulder, I tell you what, he looked like he was having a good time. Knocked out there by Carey. Here's Stevens. He's been sensational. He's been sensational, Stevens. Another goal.
Yep. No doubt about his abilities tonight, Rex. Absolutely sensational performance by Stevens. 19 kicks, 7 handballs, 4 marks, 4 tackles, 1 goal. There's no doubt that was a stoppage or set play situation from that stoppage, with Carey getting the ball over the back to Stevens, who ran into an easy goal.
Well,
36,000 people here.
Is there? Gee, not bad. Obviously got nothing to do. Very, very good crowd tonight. It is, well, there's frost on the pumpkin. She's going down to 5. I reckon it's that now. Although it's a bit warm in here, just open that window. How you going down there, Dipper?
Not bad, thanks.
Sorry, mate.
Nah, she's fine, boys. Thank you. Thank you. My coffee just arrived.
Cheryl's got some nice supper ready for you, mate.
Beautiful. Looking forward to it.
Good on you, mate. Lovely cuppa. Another sherry. You've had enough. You've had a skinful. Here's Rawlings. A long ball inside. Cooter's there. Thumped on over the top there by Mooney. Don't tell me again. These blokes are sensational. Durkay to the left of the stick. And 89 points. Place 52. Well and truly over this game has been for some time. But I like the way the Kangas are finishing Carlton off.
So 37 points the difference. The kick out. No mark as yet. Clayton forced to spoil it close to the line. Here's Stevens over the top. And Campriali a handball. Back to Brown, around the corner, up onto the wing. Who can trap it? Simpson, the double fister, out towards the boundary line. Bell went for a slippery slide. Ratton made him do it, and the ball over the line and out of bounds. Come on, Mick, take us home, son.
And Brett Ratton has been one player that's actually worked extremely hard in that midfield. He's always in and under. He's had 31 possessions, 17 and 14. Brown's worked hard, 13 and 12. Bradley's 17 and 4. Just in terms of getting some flow through their game, they have really struggled.
Ratton, another one around the corner. David King takes the mark.
The boy from Port Melbourne near Station Pier. There's something of mine down there, I won't mention it. A long ball in towards the centre, Scott. This is Shannon Grant. He's kicked 3. He won't kick another one doing that. Rawlings, a high up and under giraffe kick. And going back, Clayton. Look at Abrahams. Gives it across to Grant. Diving on the ball with Grant. Plenty of players. And McKay's got him. He's got his hand around a calf down there in the old corral. As Murphy comes back to the bunker. He's had a pretty good night, but his team's lost. They're trailing 52-89 in the depths of the final siren.
Hume on the ground, as you see there. McKernan the tap. Sexton, hurried kick. Still no system through the middle for the Blues. Blakey, full stretch. Not a great kick. Campriali getting back. Kicks it out onto the wing. Whitnell well up the ground for his 9th mark. Shares it with Bradley. Bradley wheels around. 22nd possession is to Lappin. The left foot kick. And bounces away. And over the line it goes and out of bounds.
And that's been the Carlton night, especially since quarter time. Just their selection when they're going forward. They're kicking to 50-50 contests, giving the defensive group of the Kangaroos an opportunity to spoil the ball, as was that case just previous, the kick from Lappin.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great night for Hamill either, has it really?
No, he struggled. He started up forward. He just hasn't been able to get into the game since halfway during that third quarter. He was pushed down back, trying to give Carlton an extra opportunity up forward by pushing Koutafidis in that part of the ground.
So Kangaroos in control. 60 out from Carlton's goal. Stevens bundling it backwards. Bell, he'll look for the boundary. No, he handballs into Scott. Here's Fraser Brown, tried to beat the lot. Bradley, they're only just tapping the ball on. Eventually Hamill feeds Beaumont into the square. Silvani, Archer, and Beaumont went crash. Hickmont, sorry. I knew it was a Mont or a Mont. One or the other. 53 plays 89. It's been a long day, Mick.
Oh, hasn't what?
We've seen a fantastic game. We called on 3AW out at Waverley.
Yeah, I was there for 7, of course. Magnificent day from Collingwood's viewpoint.
And the Blues started so well here tonight, it looked like they were going to do it as well.
Yeah, it looked like the way they attacked the footy and attacked the opposition in that first quarter. We were looking forward to an enthralling contest, but since that period, the class at North Melbourne have taken over.
The Kangaroos in. This is Lord Nelson. 11-11-77, Lord Nelson. And he might be given a free possession as Durkee smiles. A beautiful smile too. Have the McLean's girl, if they ever have the McLean's boy, Durkee could be a contender. With this young man who plays for Melbourne, he's got a nice smile too. What's his name? The boy from East Fremantle, the Aboriginal boy.
Chisholm?
Yeah, he's got beautiful teeth. The football down on the wing. Here's Bradley. This is Matthew Lappin on the left boot. A long ball. Simon Beaumont takes a mark, runs across 50 and then skims a worm burner. And that is Scheissenhausen. That is disgraceful. And that's the way Carlton's game has gone since quarter time.
Yeah, disappointing return from Beaumont. Did everything right, got in front of the marking contest, took a good mark, reacted quickly, realised he could play on, did so, but just the finish wasn't there.
He's had 21 possessions tonight, and some marks as well. 7, Lappin, couldn't get a free, or Pickett just threw that up. Hume, Brown, can he find some space? Not really. Handball, Matty Lappin off balance. Would have been some goal. Out on the full is the result. And as the clock ticks away, 4.5 minutes left. Bell for the Kangaroos. His game tonight, terrific again. 28 possessions, 5 tackles, 3 marks. Onto the wing, trapped. A handball, Beaumont went nowhere. Blakey, as ever, just doing the hard things. McKay attacks the footy, as you can see, striding through. He's gone his full measure. Ratton out positioned in the air by Simpson, and over the ball goes for another throw-in.
Yeah, we just witnessed the athletic ability of Simpson, who pushed back into that contest, jumped early, nearly took a terrific mark.
So right across the top, Pickett, knock back in Matthew Lappin. And the ball went over the boundary line. Pardon me. Dipper's frozen on the boundary line. We're just getting someone to try and revive him. We've got the heat blanket coming in. And we've got a bottle of fourpenny dark on the way too for you, Dipper, to warm your soul, son.
Thanks, boys.
And that'll be $2.99. And this is Murphy. And this is Cambriali, rather. And Pearce is there as well. I thought Pearce was off the ground, but he's back on. Pearce is on. And the football now. This is Allen. Brown. B-R-O-W-N. Got it to Beaumont. Beaumont. A long ball. Beaumont and Sauce. He's claiming the mark. Archer says, yeah, pigs. And the umpire said, give it to me. And Sauce just throws it back.
And there's the replay.
No mark here, is it, Mick?
No, it definitely hit the ground. Silvani knew that. There it is, hits the ground. Archer was aware of that too. Good reaction time to get back and put some pressure on Silvani.
And Archer strolls away with it. And a lovely kick. Straight over the line and out of bounds. 3 minutes remaining. Kangaroos will be enjoying this. Another win, 9 in a row for them. Great battle for the lead at the top of the ladder between the Kangaroos, the West Coast Eagles and the Bombers, who have all recorded wins in this round and have really cleared out at the top now. Those three teams really clearing out, and the losses today, or lost today to St Kilda and also Carlton, means that positions at the bottom of the 8 are still up for grabs. But certainly the Kangaroos, as Mick said, along with the Eagles, and you'd have to say Essendon, contenders for, first of all, the top 4 and then definitely the flag. Just inside 50, Stevens, clearing kick, back out towards McKernan. What a fine mark. What a fine mark from Corey McKernan. Now, what do you think about his game tonight? He's actually 7 kicks, 4 marks, 4 handballs.
He's actually just got better since the game's gone on. Capuano had to come off the ground through injury. McKernan's basically been the ruckman, except for a small stint by Mooney when they actually went with the mobile ruckman halfway during that third quarter.
So this is Bradley, always playing his guts out for his side. What a marvellous ambassador who came across from Adelaide and has played in some of the golden years of the Carlton Footy Club. In the twilight of his career, bangs it down into the centre. And there's a nice Mark Sexton who started the game brilliantly. Michael Sexton. Oh, a chip over the top. Archer clean bowled. Son of Serge couldn't do it. Pickett went in. So Stevens. Here's a chance for Sauce. Stephen Silvani can't get it. Johnny Blakey says, thank your mother for the rabbits. And kicks it out to young Scott.
Well, you wouldn't have believed Carlton led by 4 goals in the first quarter. You just wouldn't have believed it. Silvani having a bit of trouble with his knee there. Doesn't look good. Mick?
Yeah, let's hope it's not a medial tear, or it might be an ankle. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, it might be a bit lower than I first thought.
Yeah, he certainly is limping. He's not putting a lot of pressure on that left leg at all.
The screen's not wide enough for his bandy legs at the minute. That's better. just zoom back out a bit, cameraman. I'm sorry, camera person. Not allowed to say cameraman now, eh? Fair enough.
Here's the replay, Mick. He was dragged down as he kicked it. Oh, there goes the ankle, was it?
Or
was it the knee?
I just don't know whether he's hyperextended the knee or just twisted the ankle.
King takes the mark. Silvani's back on his feet, only just though.
Well, you'd get him off, wouldn't you? Just get him off the ground, Stephen.
Less than a minute to play, Rex. There's no doubt.
Get him off now.
50 seconds left. He goes onto the mark.
Oh, Stephen.
And Hume will try and spoil Archer. A little bit of aggro there. Glenn Archer, he can handle that in his 150th.
I tell you what, if ever you want to know a bloke's got white line fever, I tell you, he's a delightful man.
Yep.
Until he runs onto the ground. And this man, Kingsley, came on in the first term, gave them a good lift. He's kicked a goal tonight, and now he's just going to kick it backwards. And King, they're just going to run down the clock. They're going to run down the 8-day. And Kingy is just looking. The siren's going to sound. And, well, it's the way to do it. Onto the wing, and there it is. So the Kangaroos, they trail by 23 points at quarter time. And they have blown the Carlton side away. Carlton kicking 3 goals after quarter time. And the Kangaroos have kicked 12. So the final score, the Kangaroos 13-11, 89. defeating Carlton 8-5-53.